Hey.
Hey.
Sorry, I was having headphone issues.
It's all good.
It's all good. So we're here. Why aren't you doing the little hey?
Hey! We're in the closet.
Anyway, I'm just going to get started right away because I've been so frustrated after I read this story today.
Yeah.
I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through and I got frustrated. You want to know why?
I would love to know why, yeah.
People are starting to mess with Christmas music.
Well, people have been messing with Christmas.
No, but not like this. Sorry.
I'm already having a strip.
So sorry. But anyway, it is a Christmas song.
Right.
You know the song "Baby It's Cold Outside"?
I do. Yeah.
They're just
a classic.
Okay, hold on though. This one. That was the end of it. Let me try it again. Hold on, let me try it again. Hold on, just a little bit. This one. This one. Okay, so.
I think I heard about this.
Okay, well.
A little bit.
I'm going to tell you about it. Cleveland, I think, is where it started. I could be wrong.
Probably.
A couple of days ago. I just heard about it today because I'm way far behind. Listeners in Cleveland, I'm just going to read it, are discovering that they want to kick this song to the curb. Baby Is Cold Outside, the duet in which the man tries to dissuade the woman from leaving a party despite her repeated protestations. That's fancy. She's protesting. Has been pulled from the station's Christmas playlist amid concerns about its predatory nature.
Wait, but that's how we are. That's how, like, the world is. You go after the girl, you try to get her not to leave if she shows interest. This is crazy.
Let me finish the story.
People have enough time.
Okay, let me finish reading the story, Runyon. Let me finish.
All right.
People might say, oh, enough with that hashtag me too. But if you really put that aside and read the lyrics, which we're going to do in a minute, it's not something that I would want my daughter to be in that kind of situation, says this host of this show or whatever. The tune might be catchy, but it's maybe not maybe shouldn't promote that sort of idea, whatever.
We got to pull a lot of stuff down there.
Well, I know. Let me finish the story.
Go for it. Finish the story.
It says, now I do realize that when the song was written in 1944, it was a different time. But now while reading it, it seems very manipulative and wrong, he wrote. The world we live in is extra sensitive now, and people get easily offended. But in a world where hashtag Me Too has finally given women the voice they deserve, the song has no place. Go ahead. What are you thinking? I'm going to stop with that story there.
What do I think?
Yeah.
I think that somebody wanted to get some primetime love and get their minute in the show, our show, and they're getting it right now, and it's not positive for me. I'm not all about. I mean, come on.
Right.
This is the problem. This is the big problem with all this crap. You're going back. When was that song written?
1944.
So you're telling me you're going to go back into that time and you're going to take our progressive ways.
Right.
And you're going to say it was wrong. Maybe that's not what they're saying. Maybe they're just saying that it's a bad message, which I still don't get.
A bad message?
You no. I know. What are we not? I wonder who the radio station is. Is there a radio station pulling it?
Yeah, in Cleveland, and now there's some in San Francisco and
San Francisco
everywhere.
A slam dunk.
They're
so liberal.
There's radio stations catching on to this and joining this. Take this song off the radio. Now, I hope our radio station doesn't. It doesn't matter. I'm going to play it anyway in my car. But here's the thing. I don't want to be insensitive, and I don't want to come across insensitive to people who have been violated by any way, shape, or form.
But how does that have anything to do with being violated?
I have not been in that situation. I hope I'm never in that situation. And I feel bad for any man or woman who has been in that situation and been a victim of this.
Right.
Saying that, if we're going to take this song Baby It's Cold Outside. I think it was originally maybe done by Frank Sinatra. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I'm not good at games like that. But if we're going to take this song down, then let's go. Let's go. Let's line them up, because I listen to songs every day on the radio that put women in this derogatory, nasty light. It's awful.
That's where I was
and it's
gonna
the
go.
music my kids are listening to, and I have to tell them every day, that's not the way you treat women. That's not the way women are supposed to be treated. I know he's reading about ripping it up and doing this and sticking it here and sticking it there. Why? How's that okay?
Like hitting women.
Yeah.
You talk about that crap, and that's what kills me. Like, they talk about beating women in rap songs constantly. They play it on the radio. What? And then they're gonna attack this because the guy won't let her leave a party because
he will let her. Here's the thing, and if we're gonna get into the lyrics in a minute, and I'll tell you my opinion on the song, like when we talk about the lyrics. But back to what we're talking about now, I totally agree with you. There's so many songs on the radio that are disgusting that I'm like, I cannot believe they're singing about women in this way. Even women singing about themselves in this way.
But the thing is, you're not going to bring them down because you can't go after that. This is Christmas. This is 1944. We're picking and we're trying to find something to freaking
There are so many other songs. They play this song for...
They're saying that all of them, like they were talking about that on some other show I was listening to. I don't know if it was Sirius Radio or what, but they were talking about, like, they've got all these Christmas songs that are racist.
Oh, dear goodness.
From back in the 50s and 60s that are classic. I don't know. I haven't listened to them. There's a good chance that the people who wrote them, who sang them, may have had, like, because there was a clear racial divide back in the day.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Which is horrible. Horrible.
Agree.
And it lasted way too long. I'm talking like that stuff should have been eradicated and everybody should have been living equally way before. I mean, it's still going on, actually, so I don't know what I'm talking
100%,
about.
absolutely.
But people are still, the African Americans and other ethnicities are still being held back in certain areas, or powers being held over them in certain areas. But man, it was really bad, like ridiculously bad in the 60s and 70s and 80s.
Oh, it was.
And it's hard to believe that I mean, we were born in the 70s. I can't believe that in our lifetime that crap was going on.
Yeah,
but anyway.
But I mean, honestly, when I heard that, my jaw dropped. I'm like, wait, what? And I went and read the lyrics. Like I said, we're going to do that in a second. And I'm sorry, I don't. Well, let's just go ahead and do it.
I think we may be living in a simulation because things are so freaking bizarre that there's no way that this stuff really happens.
Here's how we're going to do it.
Donald Trump's our president. He does whatever he wants. He acts like a fool. People are like,
right.
They were like, what's that porn star that was supposed to get him?
How am I supposed to know?
I'm just saying. She was the one that said he slept with her all that stuff. And
we talked about this
and the
podcast
Democratic
ago. I don't
Party,
watch the news.
The Democratic Party is like, this is our Monica Lewinsky. They don't really understand that Donald Trump doesn't care. So he's like, yeah.
I'm not talking
whatever.
about,
I did whatever.
Donald Trump. I can't stand.
And guess what? Now she's paying his legal fees. It's unbelievable.
It's ridiculous. Okay, here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to read the girl part. You're going to read the guy part. Basically, it's every other line because that's how the banter goes in the song. Okay, and we'll stop and we'll talk about it.
I don't read very well, though.
Okay, I'm starting the song.
Okay.
I really can't stay.
But baby, it's cold outside.
I've got to go away.
But baby, it's cold outside.
This evening has been
hoping that you'd drop in.
So very nice.
I'll hold your hands. They're just like ice.
Okay, now, she's saying she's got to go. Like, okay. Here, let's do present day talk. Hey, gotta go. Hey, Jeff, I gotta go.
But it's freaking cold outside.
Oh, it's been such a great night.
This evening has been hoping that you'd drop in.
So very nice.
Your hands look cold. You want me to hold them?
So
I don't know how to turn that into.
No, that's good. No, that's good. So how is that wrong? Like it's
They're
like she's
flirting.
Yes,
she's being the tease.
She's being a flirt,
which is clearly how you do it.
Okay,
they even did it back in the day that way.
Right. Okay.
She likes him. He likes her. She's like, beg me to stay.
Right.
Beg me to stay.
Because what woman doesn't want that? Okay. So
He's not grabbing her. He's not holding her down. He's not Kareem hunting
your
her.
hands, your hands. I'll hold your hands. They're just like ice. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. My mother will start to worry,
Beautiful. What's your hurry?
and father will be pacing the floor.
Listen to the fireplace roar.
So really, I'd better scurry.
Beautiful, please don't hurry.
Well, maybe just a half a drink more.
Put some records on while I pour.
Okay.
Okay, so she's agreeing to this, right?
Yeah, she's not
So
saying, I've got to
far,
go, dude. Okay, so let's
What's
say here.
offensive? When are we going to get to the offensive part that
That's
they
what
pull
I'm
it down
saying.
for? Is it
It's-
later in the song that he, like...
Well, we're going to get there. So she's like trying to go, but she doesn't really want to go because she says, well, maybe just to have a drink more. He's not saying, sit down and take this drink. I'm going to make it. And who knows what he's slipping
and
in
he's
it.
standing in
That's
front
different.
of the door.
Yeah.
Like he's holding the door shut.
She's not saying like, no, I can't have another drink. Please move. Get out of my way. I want to leave.
One thing I'm noticing here, though, is like I would like to know their ages because she seems underage to me, which creates a whole nother issue.
Well, you know what? It does.
I mean,
it
when
does.
you're worrying about your dad and mom and you're out drinking, there's an age issue.
They do
Right?
that, but maybe, maybe. I don't know, like, the background on the song, but I'm thinking, you know, Maddie's 18. I would worry if she was out, but there might be a guy having a party that wants her to stay, and if he's treating her like this, I mean, the person in that story originally said she wouldn't want her daughter in that situation. Your daughter, I'm sorry, if she's the girl in this song, she just said, well, maybe a half a drink more.
Well, the guy's not aggressive. All she has to do is leave. He's being like, he's trying to be persuasive, and he's word playing. He's not like fighting with her. Like literally, if she grabs her coat and she leaves, he's going to be like, on to the next one.
Right.
He'd be like, screw her.
Right. And she could easily have walked away.
Right.
And so maybe they're thinking, okay, he wants her to put on some records and he's going to pour the drink. Maybe they're worried he's going to slip something in her drink. Is that what we're worried about?
In 1944,
I don't know. I'm wondering. I'm asking. I don't know.
Who's listening to this thinking that?
I don't know.
And first of all, it needs to get to a place in a song where something really bad happens where you're like, oh, did he put something in her drink for her to get that?
Right. Okay. So let's continue with the lyrics. The neighbors might think,
Baby, it's bad out there.
say, what's in this drink?
No cabs to be had out there.
I wish I knew how
Your eyes are like starlight now.
to break this spell.
I'll take your hat. Your hair looks swell.
Okay, so did he put something in her drink? Or maybe he just
Maybe
made
it's
it
just
strong.
alcohol.
Maybe she's a lightweight.
Or maybe she was already feeling it and she's just playing the flirty game. Because you know what? Unlike today, back in the day, if you didn't give resistance to a man, you got no respect.
Right.
Okay? Back in the day, you had to kind of play that game for a guy. Because if she would have been like, oh, and all over him, he'd have been like, oh, see ya.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting cold outside. You better get home. Your dad's probably worried.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you gotta, and I think today girls should be a little mysterious and give a little resistance. Even if they're into the dude. You know what I mean? Make them work for it a little bit. Right.
Well, we didn't finish the,
Yeah,
to break this spell, and then he says, I'll take
your hat. Your hair looks swell.
So he's like, all right, you're staying, right?
You're staying, girl.
Because now you've had a drink.
Sweet.
So now you got to stay.
Let's do this.
She says, I ought to say no, 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 sir.
Mind if I move in closer? He asked permission.
At least I'm going to say that I tried. See? Here we go.
What's the sense of hurting my pride?
I really can't stay.
But baby, don't hold out.
But it's cold outside. They sing that together. Okay, so she's saying, I should really say no. And he's like, he asks.
Mind if I move in a little closer?
He didn't throw himself.
He didn't slide in and be like...
And she's like, well,
and touching and
at
creepy.
least I'm going to say that I tried. Like, she's trying to, protect herself.
Yeah.
But she says she really can't stay. But then she says, but it's cold outside.
If you don't, like I said, she's got to try. Because if not, she's a whore. Seriously, back in the day. Like, you're a whore. Like, she can't feel good about herself if she meets this guy and she... You know, they didn't get into crazy stuff as quickly as we do nowadays.
Right. So she's a little tipsy right now because he probably did make her a strong drink. I mean, that's not anything
She
bad.
could still be playing.
How often does that happen? Okay, and then she says, I simply must go.
But baby, it's cold outside.
The answer is no.
But baby, it's cold outside.
The welcome has been
How lucky that you dropped in.
so nice and warm.
Look out the window at the storm.
My sister will be suspicious.
Gosh, your lips look delicious.
My brother will be there at the door.
Waves upon a tropical shore.
I don't even know what this means, but my maiden's aunt's mind is vicious.
Gosh, your lips are delicious.
Maybe just a cigarette more.
Whoa, never such a blizzard before. A cigarette.
Yeah, so now she's
a
like,
risky
well,
lady.
I'll stay. So she's not trying to go. She's not like, oh my gosh, I'm feeling this alcohol. I need to get home. I need to go. Call me an Uber. I know they didn't have an Uber, but they have a cab. I mean, she's not trying to leave.
I'm still trying to figure out where this guy's predatory because
Not
he's
trying to leave.
having a flirty conversation with a woman and encouraging her to not leave because he likes her.
Right.
So that's bad now?
I guess.
So if a girl flirts with you and says, I've got to go, what do you do nowadays?
I guess you're
You
like,
go,
okay, bye. Hurry up.
"Oh,
Leave.
I'm
Please document.
sorry,
Sign this affidavit that you
that I did
you
not
left and
ask you to stay. I
know.
didn't pursue you.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to be insensitive
You
to
gotta go after
people
that
that
girl,
has
man.
happened to. But this song so far is not aggressive at all.
Clearly, whoever's whining about this doesn't have daughters. Because I have daughters and a wife, and I don't worry about them nearly as much.
Well,
Because y'all are tough. You aren't going to let anything happen to you. Girls are slick, man.
But
Girls know what's going on.
I mean, I know it happens, and maybe the person that's complaining about it, maybe they were in a horrible situation. That's why I don't want to go too hard on it, because I know that it happens. I know that people have been through it. I've not been through that. I've been threatened. I did go down that route once.
Yeah,
Remember
you did.
back in the day?
Yes,
I
you
was
did.
threatened once, and that was
Right.
scary enough. So I don't want to be insensitive. I'm talking about this particular song.
That's all I'm talking
And
about.
comparing this song to songs that are on the radio every day that we hear over and over. Okay. Now, she says, I've got to get home.
But baby, you'd freeze out there.
Say, lend me a coat.
It's up to your knees out there.
You've really been grand.
I thrill when you touch my hand.
But don't you see?
How can you do this thing to me?
There's bound to be talk tomorrow.
Think of my lifelong sorrow.
At least there'll be plenty implied.
If you're caught pneumonia and died,
I really can't stay.
get over that old doubt.
Baby, and then they sing Baby It's Cold Outside. Okay. I still don't see anything.
So we're
It's
done
the
with
end of the song. Now, I don't know what happened after that.
Wait, let's see.
It's the end of the song.
Clearly he raped her after that. That's normally what would happen, I would think, after a song this crazy. Let's see. There's bound to be talk tomorrow. Okay, so they're just having a little, but that's just flirty, like, ooh, build this up, this is risky.
Right.
You know?
Like, let's give them something to talk about kind of thing. Now
it's a little risky.
now we can flip it, because here's the thing. What if she did? What if she did leave? And what if she did get stuck in the snow and get pneumonia and was in the hospital the next day, and he didn't try to get her to stay? Here's what girls will be doing. I cannot believe you let me go out in the cold. I cannot believe you knew that it was up to my knees out there. You knew I didn't have a coat. You knew there were no cabs anywhere, and still you let me go. How did you let me go? How in the world could you let me go out in the cold, and now I'm sick?
It's true.
Am I right?
It's a
So we
lose-lose,
crazy.
bros.
It's a lose-lose. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
Well, it wasn't a lose-lose back then. They had their fun, they flirted, and you know what the deal is? She was probably tough. If she left and she froze, she went and got pneumonia and ended up in the hospital, she probably wouldn't have blamed it on him. There's no accountability these days.
True. Very true.
She'd
But
been
I'm
like,
saying,
I left, I got in the cold, I didn't ask for help.
Present day. If
Yeah,
it were
present
present
day.
day,
People are
and you
always
were at
looking
a
for-
party, and you, of course, every night we have a knock on the door. Come
Yep,
in.
we can't get through a podcast.
Hi, Nate.
What's up, Nate?
What's up?
We're trying to get through this, buddy.
Is the internet
We
out
have
again?
no idea, but
I
I
don't
can
know.
check it when I get done.
We'll check it in a few minutes, okay?
Yep, we're in the middle of something.
All right.
We'll check
We'll
it
be
when we're
done in like 10 minutes. Thanks, buddy. Bye. Again, always great when Nate stops by.
Yeah.
But present day, you're at a party and it's like there's a storm outside. and this guy invites you
Well-
over, and you like him, and he kind of likes you, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's getting bad outside, I better go. And he's like, you really shouldn't go. I mean, it's bad outside. Like, the roads are getting bad. I don't think that this storm was expected, so they're not really treating the roads. You've got a long drive. You should stay.
We're having a good time.
And she's like, no, I really need to go. And you're like,
fix another
seriously,
drink.
you look for, like, you cannot go out there. Okay, well, I guess I'll have another drink.
Well, hopefully in that situation, I would have one of my good friends that would break in early in that conversation, be like, look, Jeff, you need to calm down. You're being way too aggressive and predatory. It's not the way to treat a woman.
Right.
Let her go.
And then
actually push her out the door.
And then if you did, okay, so say you did. You're like, okay, well, I get it. You know, you want to go home, it's fine. I'm like, okay, cool. And I get in my car, and I get stuck on the side of the road, and I'm freezing, and I don't have an emergency kit in my car, and I have to sit there all night, and I'm freezing. And I call you the next day, and I'm like, I cannot believe you let me go in this storm. You're insensitive. You do not care about me at all for you to let me go. I mean, really? I mean, that's like that. I can see that happening.
I can see that happening.
I guess my point is that this particular song, to me, does not imply any type of rape situation.
And even as we're talking about it in this light, we're kind of even talking like he's forceful. But in the whole song, he didn't sound forceful.
I don't really feel like he was
forceful. He was very persuasive.
The only suspicious thing is
salesman-like.
I don't know what was in her drink. She started feeling woozy, but I think it's called alcohol.
Oh,
pretty sure.
But she agreed to the drink.
And who knows how many she had before that? Because
right.
she said maybe just a half a drink more.
Right.
She didn't say maybe just a half a drink.
But she didn't. I mean, it was a whole flirty scene, and at the end of the day, it's a freaking song.
Right.
These aren't real people.
Was there was a video?
These aren't real people.
Hey, do you think there's a video to this song? Because then we could really read body language.
No, there's not going to be a video of this song. It's 1944.
There probably will be now.
Listen.
We should make one.
This is...
Let's make a video.
This is crazy.
Please, let's make a video.
These people didn't exist. And you've got these freaking songs they play on the radio now.
That's what I want to get back to. That's what I'm saying. Like, why did we look up lyrics to a song that was like, well, we did one. We did that lyrical breakdown. Almost, well, I don't want to say all, but lots of trap songs, lots of the rap songs. I sound like an old lady right now. I don't mean to sound like this because I do like a lot of that music. I am not anti-trap music. I am not anti-rap. I like that stuff. You should hear my workout playlist. But a lot of those songs, some of those songs I even have to turn off myself. I'm like, whoa, wait, you did what? And you want to put what? Where? With who? How many people? Like seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, and some songs are downright aggressive towards women.
Which album is that?
I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
But talking about, I mean, I'm
just kidding.
Like, if we're going to get sensitive, let's get sensitive about present day music that they play on the station over and over and over and over again that our kids are actually listening to.
Well, no, but here's the thing. So they call and they complain about this song, and because it's a Christmas song, and because they'll pull it. But let somebody call and complain about the exact same thing with
Kanye.
Yeah, one of those songs, and see if they will laugh.
They'll be like,
They will laugh them out of the room.
Do you understand that Kanye songs brings us lots of money?
Do you understand
this Christmas song doesn't bring us nothing?
If we don't play this artist, then we can't play the next 20 artists we got on our...
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. It's not happening.
Listen to their albums.
It's sad, really.
And you're going to hear aggressive stuff done to women, derogatory things. I mean, it's unbelievable that someone even is complaining about a Christmas
I mean,
song.
it really kind of is, to be honest. I mean, like I said, and I want to keep saying, I'm
went
not
off.
trying to be insensitive. Please don't take this the wrong way. Like, I really am sensitive to that situation.
Right, but this isn't that situation.
Because I have
though.
3
That's
daughters.
Our point. Is it's not this. It's not this situation.
I have 3 daughters. I have been threatened myself. Anything did not happen, thank God. But I've been in that, and I am a woman, and I have been approached by guys in inappropriate manners. Do you know what I'm saying? Like nothing ever happened horrible. I can't compare myself to anybody that's actually, they can actually say hashtag me too. Those ladies who can actually legit say it 100% accuracy and it's happened. God bless them. I can't imagine. Right. But even all of that, I just don't understand how this song, somebody tell me different. Somebody explain it in a different way. I'm open. I mean, I have an open mind. Explain the side that thinks this song is so bad. I want somebody to explain it to me. And maybe as the week goes on, because this just came out as far as I know today, yesterday, I don't know. But maybe as the week goes on, more things will come out and I can be like, oh, I didn't think of it that way. I'm open to that. But right now, presently, as I'm thinking,
no,
I don't see it.
Yeah, there's nothing.
I just don't see it.
There's nothing there.
But I could be blind to something, and somebody could open my eyes.
No, nobody. You know, I mean, unless there's some kind of thing where Dean Martin came out and said,
"Isn't Dean Martin
writing
passed away?"
Yeah, but if he had like something,
maybe is he? I
don't know. Yeah, if he had something like in writing where he's like, "Ooh, I wrote this song because I raped these girls."
Yeah.
Or if Bill Cosby wrote this song, then I'd be like, okay, get it off the air.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like the biggest serial rapist in history.
Right. I mean, I don't think Dean Martin had a history of raping, did he? I don't know. Maybe.
No,
maybe that's the problem.
Let's not mess with Dean Martin.
I mean, I don't know.
I
maybe
don't
that's
think so.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I don't know all my facts, and I'm like I said, if I don't know my
I'm
facts,
going by
somebody
the
call me
lyrics.
out, and I'll. But I'm just going by the lyrics and
right.
what I know. You know what I mean?
Right.
I still think we should do a video. We should do a Baby It's Cold Outside video. It would be hysterical. It would be so fun. We could do it. We could do it.
And I could like be pulling on you when I'm
No.
I could slam the door and I could put a roofie in your drink.
You're taking, it's not what I'm saying. I'm like a legit video. He was just a guy trying to get with a girl. Why is that wrong? He wanted her.
It's normal.
He wanted her. He wanted to get with her, and he wanted her to stay, and he probably would have slept with her, and she probably would have been okay with it.
They did.
Because she had half a drink more.
She would have left. She wouldn't even talk to him.
And when she says a half a drink more,
that's
not what she means.
Girls don't talk to you if they don't want to get with you.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean when I say, yeah, just cover my ice.
Yeah, it means give me...
Hey, buddy, you better give me a whole drink. She was like, oh, well, maybe just a half a drink. Nah, she wanted the whole thing.
Well, that's because she doesn't want to be looked at as a sinner.
As an alcoholic.
Back in 1944, like, oh, man, this girl's got a problem.
Then she went and smoking.
Well, now she's getting crazy.
Goodness. Tisk. I don't know. I don't know. I saw that today, and I immediately screen recorded the story and sent it to Runyon because I was like, oh, we are talking about this tonight.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Not to be insensitive, but just to be like, oh, you didn't watch my screenshot?
Oh, I did. Sorry,
Are you sleepy?
Yeah, I did watch it. It's just I didn't really have time to digest it. Well, I'm glad because I kind of like to get you off guard. This is real conversation. We didn't talk about this at all this evening. We just kind of rolled with it all. All I said was we're going to break down the lyrics. And we did.
Broke it down. And we need to piggyback this podcast and find a song to where we may actually be offended. Like, we can see where this should be taken off the air because of people in the past being violated.
Yes.
And then we can have those artists be really mad at us because they'll never hear it, so it won't really matter. But
they won't be mad.
You know what I'm talking
They made
about.
their money. They're good.
I mean,
and they're going to keep writing their music. They're going to keep doing their thing because there's free speech.
There's freedom
and they
of
should
speech.
be able to. That's why we live in this country. If not, move to freaking a communist country where you can't say what you want to say.
I mean, freedom of speech.
Why
can't we have like an asterisk? Freedom of speech
because
within
that's
reason.
Where it ends.
Because
that's where it stops.
Within reason, you can't just say stuff like that.
Oh, but you can. You just got to deal with the fallout. Well, if you're going to say it, you got to deal with the fallout, which can mean ending your career. It can mean you not being able to freaking show your face anywhere.
Right. I guess that's true.
But you shouldn't be imprisoned because of what you say.
I mean, that's true. I guess you're right, yeah.
Plus, we know what people are thinking if we allow them to have free speech. At least these crazy people that say all this psycho stuff, at least we be watching them. Our government can be watching them because they're saying crazy, stupid stuff instead of keeping it in to their little group or whatever.
I
But anyway,
guess. All right.
that's a whole nother podcast.
Well, that's it. I feel a little better talking about it. Hope I didn't offend anybody, because I didn't mean to if I did. If we did. I'll speak for both of us.
Wow, thank you for including me in this podcast.
I mean, you might have.
That was nice.
I'm just we did not mean to offend anybody if we did at all.
No, I wasn't trying to offend anybody. I was being honest and real.
All right,
And
Ryan. It is what it is. We'll find another song to piggyback off this. I'm sure there's plenty to choose from.
oh yeah.
All right. Good night.